Got the case here. Really nice case. Make any design I want there. Third transfer, whatever. What I like about it is this is bigger. I like the weight. I like that it's 6160. I like that when I tap into this, the only part that's kind of scary is right here. I'm always hitting my studs right here. But even getting a small bit into this billet case is going to hold so much better. I really like the billet case. This is all smooth. Let me turn the fan off. Sorry. Billet case. Let me show you how it's going to look with this pressure plate. I want to show everybody. Let's take some measurements. Because that's what I like to do. Wait for a question. Our thickness on the plate is 7.28, 26, 28, 29. See how accurate it goes around? 3, 2, 7, 1, 7, 7, 1, 8, 1, 8, 7, 1, 9. I think I got a hole there one place. 7, 1, 6. So it's pretty machined pretty well. Our center opening is 66.634. And then our actual gripping pad right there, 12 millimeters of grip. I'm going to show everybody what it's going to look like though. That is slick as crap because there's no way I wouldn't show this. That's what it's going to look like. That is going to be one awesome looking engine. Put that back down there. That is going to be one awesome looking engine. Really, really cool. Clutch plate. This is the steel sleeve cylinder he sent me. You want to talk to Ryan. He's the one that's got all these parts. There's the exhaust. Let's get some measurements and compare it to a China doll and why I like it more than a China doll. Let's zero that out. Get her width. 22.91, almost 23. Almost 23 millimeters across. 22 millimeters across from the bottom, middle here. Whatever that says, 23. Okay, let's go up and down now. The 23 across, perfect rectangle, 14 and a half up and down. 14 and a half up and down. Hey, we got a question. Oh my God. Question time, question time. Noah's asking, what thread pitch do you tap the cases for the saws? And I can't wait to see what you do with those CNC cases. The pipe builder, one's for the pipe builder and one's for something sweet. But what do I tap with? I tap with 1/4 inch. I drill 3/16. On the billet, I might have to go a little bit bigger on my tap because billet's a lot harder. A China doll case is very, very soft. And so 3/16 to do 1/4. If you look it up, it'll say it'll be one size bigger. But that's what I use right there with a 3/16 6-inch bit. I go through down here with it. If I have that somewhere, I'm just going to compare the steel cylinder right here, still sleeved. I wanted to map it and compare it to a 66 and compare it to a Zeta. Here's the Zeta. I wanted to compare it to that, the ports to that, and I wanted to compare it to a Allcat, Runwell, one of those. What I like about it is it's still sleeved, of course, but I like the cuts that they did on the ports. The steel sleeve cuts are, I really like the design. This side is higher than that side. So what they're trying to do is, okay, this side of the port. Oh, did I answer all your questions? Is that cool? Quarter inch um, for that. But what I like about this is, see how the exhaust side is higher and it's lower on the intake. So they're trying to scavenge, or they're trying to keep the pressure on the intake side, but open up the transfers on the exhaust side. I like that design. A lot better than a regular China doll. I like the cuts that they did on the top. This is going to channel it. See how it's got a little cut right there? That's going to help with flow, I believe. This is just what I think. But let's show you the regular China doll. Okay. Kind of like, whoa. And then it's got the bin, right? So we're basically doing like a boomerang tooth or a tooth style transfer. Fat right here, and it goes up to a tip. Very common. This style, more like a chainsaw. Got a wider width right here instead of going down to a point. So you're going to pass more, and they split it up inside. A lot of people think that this Bridgeport is like a ring saver. This isn't the Bridgeport. What they're trying to do is they're trying to control the flow. I don't know if it'll work, but I said I wouldn't build a China doll, but that's cool enough to build. Okay, I wanted to talk to you about crosstalk. I always get questions about crosstalk. What is crosstalk? Um, crosstalk is when the cylinder is all the way down. I don't want to do that. Little tiny. Sorry. Hey. I hope I'm not allowed to have that up there. My phone's making music. Ooh. There we go. The crosstalk is when the piston sits too low on the intake and the exhaust pours back through here. And this is how I test for crosstalk. I put the piston all the way dead to the bottom. You can do this with a China doll. You can do this with any engine. That's a two-stroke. Dead center and blow. If you can't blow through there, you don't got crosstalk. You can blow anything out of here, you got crosstalk. And doesn't matter how high up the piston is, doesn't matter. You could blow through your intake and it comes out here, you got crosstalk. That's crosstalk. Let's talk about I already did the measurements for the reed. I like the billet case. The reed is kind of funky how they cut it. They definitely like this part. That's a good circle. That's good for flow. and it's perfectly smooth, that's going to be a lot better for flow too. And that's a good hunk of aluminum right there on the top. I'm not sure. I got to ask him about this. What the heck's going on right here? We got a couple extra holes here for something to mount there, like some kind of starter or something, or something. They had an idea for the other three there. And there's a little compartment down here, so not sure what it is. That'd be cool. There's the billet case. And he sent me some super duper clutches again. Pads. He's telling me I don't have to run all of them. Let's see what they are. Compare them to Doug's. I got some Doug's here around here somewhere. Let's check metal content first. Something Doug taught me. We got no metal content. Okay. So, not magnetic. So, it's not metal. Or it's not steel. It's not, could be other material, but not magnetic. If you do the clay pads, you'll find out that there's metal in the clay. The stock pads have very little, but they have a little metal. It's cool you joined in, Noah. Are you building anything cool? Yeah. Anybody? Bam. What should I work on? I can finish the 400. Yeah. I could, since my pipe's supposed to be coming, I'm going to have a pipe, guys. This one I really like. Somebody's telling me it's a 125 pipe. I don't know. Looks really cool. I'm getting close to finishing my 440. Sweet. What questions do you have on your 440? Are you doing your stroke? Have you decked it? Have you drill and filled? How far are you on your 440? I built a few 440s, more 400s than anything though. Oh, let's play with the. Yeah. I'll hold on. Okay, I'm getting close to the 440. 440. The thing about the 440 is if you do it on a short stroke, you have to remove a crap load of cylinder base. This is the 660. And the first advice I can always give you before you do a cylinder is measure the depth. That's going to give you a lot of information. Like that's 80 millimeters. That means that stroke's about 42 millimeter stroke. 80 millimeters, you're going to have a piston that's 41 millimeters. It's going to sit pretty close to halfway into the cylinder. Yeah, so I would think 42 millimeters for the stroke, somewhere right around there. But I'd always use the squishy. I filled the holes, just have to drill the deck. Okay, the thing I can tell you about the 440 is it's a lot more forgiving than the 400. The 400's got a lip. The 440 doesn't have a lip. So you want to do, you want to have extra, you want your hole to be a little bit bigger in case this thing goes a little bit that way or that way. Because if it does, then you get what's called a jack in the box. And that means that the piston catches on the case and it goes doot 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 doot, and it goes pop goes the weasel, and your cylinder ends up like that. So you want it nice and wide for the 440. Other than that, 440 is one of the easier builds. I just like the dependability of the 400. I've been doing the 400s, and for a daily, I really think it's a great daily engine rider. The 440 and is one of I don't know, it's a good engine too. I mean, it's fast. I haven't tried Ken's. I'm waiting for the pipe. As soon as the pipe comes, then I'll get to see what Ken's is like compared to my two or three that I built, which he balances the engine, so that's really going to help balancing the engine. I like the looks of that though. Yes, yes, you want to open it up, and I'll show you how I do it. I use a drum sander, and I open it up just like that. And it rides on the case. Let me grab a case. Okay, here's your case. On a 440, you will be opening up both sides. You'll be opening up this side and this side. On the 400, you'll just be opening up if you want the exhaust to the front, like that. You'll be opening up the back side more to shift the cylinder. You want the intake to the front, like ramjet. If you want it like that, then you can take uh, material from both the front and the back, and it'll be more centered. The problem with having a ramjet is the carburetor sits lower than the cylinder sometimes, so you have flooding issues. If I can fix that, it'd be really cool. I'd like that. Yes, you want to open up the case on the 440 so you don't have piston snag. And when you do your piston, you'll want to round this off right here to help with piston snag too. Don't mess up your chrome. Don't mess up your chrome on your piston. Just round just a tiny bit here to help if it ever does go one direction or the other in the cylinder, and hopefully it'll just take a little notch out of the case instead of getting you a piston snag. Mm-hmm. This is something I can suggest. Load a syringe up with two-stroke oil, and that'll keep your piston from scratching in your cylinder, because chrome on chrome will scratch. Chrome is hard. They will scratch each other. So I just put a couple drops right in the ring cavity, right there, and right there. And then it'll work all the way around. Just like that. Piece of cake, though. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for the questions, Noah. Um, Trying to keep the shows down to 20 minutes or less. I guess that's the attention span of most. I will be finishing this one up, and I'll be teaching how to cut copper face gaskets. These. This one needs one copper. When I raise it all the way up to your top dead center, it hits. So one copper. You're welcome for the tips. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for asking questions. It really makes the show go much better when I have somebody to ask me a question instead of me just sitting here like doing something stupid. But thanks for tuning in. I'll be here at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Gather some more questions. Work on your case. Make sure it's wide enough. If you're going to do widening it with the crank inside, you definitely want to flush, and you definitely want to blow the case out, because debris will get inside your cylinder and lock the piston. So you definitely, and where it likes to ride is right on the bottom of the case right here. That's hard as crap to get out. So I flush it and then I air blow it out. Good night, guys. Thanks for coming and watching me. Talk to you later. Happy building.